Alright everyone, so this is what our clean screen looks like. The screen is almost done and ready to use to print a t-shirt. So what we have to do next, we're going to use our mud pan, putty tray, whatever you want to call it. If you say mud pan at Home Depot, they know exactly what you're looking for. And we're going to put some of our photo emulsion inside of it and use it to coat the screen. With this stuff, it's in a black container because you don't want it to be exposed to direct light because it'll cure it. So I watched the video. He coated his screen like in regular light like this, and then he said to hurry to put it in the dark. You're gonna leave it for at least about 3 hours for the screen to dry with the emulsion on it. You want to put it somewhere that's dark for 3 hours. He has like a makeshift dark room. You can put it under your bed. You can put it in a room that you know no one's gonna touch. As long as it's sitting somewhere dark for at least 3 hours to dry, you'll be good. So we're gonna do that. Another thing, folks, read the directions. Like, it tells you right here. Just a warning, no one warns you about this in their videos. It's hard to open this. Go get you something like some scissors and go underneath and touch each of these little lines to cut it open. Vapor sealed. The hell? Alright, we did a layer, just the bottom layer of the pan. We're gonna do our screen now. It's my first time. So you'll soon see that I kind of made a mess with this. You're going to hold your screen kind of vertical but a little at an angle. You're going to put your mud pan to the screen. Once the emulsion starts to connect to the screen, you're going to drag it straight up. But once you get to the top, you need to lean the screen forward so that that plop that just happened to me doesn't happen to you. That plop will happen inside the mud pan. So the coating of the emulsion was probably one of the hardest parts for me, just because of that. Like, in the moment, I didn't think of what to do in order to fix it, but eventually I put my screen in the tub and just used the mud pan to scrape off the extra emulsion and to spread it on the other side of that screen, because you have to coat both sides of the screen. And ultimately my screen came out okay. Yeah, you saw that. That was just like the ghost of Johnny knocking my mud pan over, because there was no one right there. But ultimately my screen came out okay. And no, it was a really good screen, especially for it to be my first time. The next thing you'll see me do is taking the excess emulsion that was left over and putting it back into the container. You definitely want to do that. I ran out of that one container of emulsion before I even really got any designs done. So I wasted a lot of emulsion and had to buy a new one. Definitely recycle. Put what you have left back into there. So as I'm draining my pan back into the emulsion, I'm going to say that this was the hardest part of this whole process so far. I recommend if you use this mud pan, only put like a little bit at the bottom of the pan and then allow it to spread out. Like, I put a bunch and then like kind of just made a layer until it spread out. Now put a bit, allow it to spread out in the pan. Yeah, don't listen to me back then. I just wanted y'all to know and see that it really was like the most difficult part for me. Do what I said. Put a decent amount, that's fine. But just lean that screen back up at the end so that the excess will go back into your mud pan. Look at that mess. But it's easy to clean. And I'm going to show you right now. So luckily, like, cleanup isn't really hard. You can kind of just wash this stuff off. Like so. So if you have, you know, a crazy granny like me, you won't die from having blue stuff all over. counter because she will never know. She'll never know. Unless she watches this video. So my screen is fully coated, front and back. The excess that you see like at the bottom, that's on the wood, and at the top, that's on the wood too. So I'm feeling really confident about this coating because the part that I'll be using, which is like right in the middle where you can see my silhouette, that is like clear, flat on there, and I think once it dries, like it'll be great and we'll be able to burn our design into it. If not, all this stuff is washable and we will wash this shit off and try it again. So trial and error. This is my first time doing it and we're learning together. I even got her the fucking toilet. Ah!